Today I will be demonstrating how to teach morphology in accordance with Level 1 of the Victorian curriculum, focusing on English, phonics and word knowledge, in particular VCE LA 191, recognising how to use simple grammatical morphemes in word families. To begin, we will have a class discussion about bound and free morphemes. Okay, class 1D. Remember yesterday how we learned about morphemes? Who can tell me what a morpheme is? Correct, Johnny. A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in the whole words that we use. Today we will be exploring morphemes a little bit further, and we will be looking into two types of morphemes: free morphemes and bound morphemes. Next, I will begin the class discussion where I will explain that a morpheme can be used on its own to act as a word, such as a free morpheme. I will also explain that bound morphemes can be added to the end or the beginning of a word to make a new word and have new context and meaning. We'll be using the word dogs for the example, as we spoke about dogs yesterday in our initial discussion. Okay, after yesterday's lesson, can anyone tell me how many morphemes are in the word dogs? Great job, Cassie. There are two morphemes in the word dogs. The word dog and the s plural. So after our discussion, which morpheme do we think would act as the free morpheme? The morpheme that can stand on its own as a word. Yes, Jack, good job. Dog is the free morpheme as it can stand on its own. Does the word s, is that a word? Good job, Sarah. That's a bound morpheme because we need to add it at the end of the word and it can't act on its own as its own morpheme word. I will do a few more examples like this with the class with words such as skipping, skipped, played, unhappy, uncommon, etc. Commonly, I will add in lots of words where there are both bound morphemes at the beginning of the word and at the end of the word. Once I think that the class have an understanding of the concept being taught, I will send them to their desks, whether they work individually or in groups with my direction, depending on their ability level, on the worksheet that I have created. As the students are completing the worksheet, I will be able to correct and go over any points needed per each individual learner's necessities. The class will come back together as a group for a class reflection before the next task after finishing the worksheet. Okay, 1D, we're going to make a class poster of all the free and bound morphemes we can come up with. Then together, we're going to make a morpheme poster for the 1D poster board. I will start us off. Play is a free morpheme, right, Jackie? Great job. But what bound morphemes, Cassie, can I add to the morpheme play to make new words? That's right, the plural S would make the word play into plays. That's great. Does anybody know any other bound morphemes we could add to the word play? Ing. That's a great one, Nick. Ing turns play into playing. Now, does anybody have any free morphemes that they can think of that we could add some bound morphemes as a class? And we will be able to create some new words. The class will then reflect on the content taught and create a poster together. This will establish a deeper understanding of the concept being taught and maybe help those who might not quite understand the full concept to grasp a little more knowledge from their peers. It also encourages everyone to have a go in a friendly classroom setting. Okay, 1D, before lunchtime, I would like you to stick your morpheme worksheet in your literacy book, and on the next page, I would like you to write a few different sentences using some of our 1D morpheme poster words. After each sentence, take your blue and green highlighters and highlight the free morphemes in blue and the bound morphemes in green. If you've thought of any bound and free morphemes of your own, then maybe you can give these a try and see how you go. I will correct all of your work whilst you're out to lunch, so you can leave your books open on your desk when the bell goes. This final activity will allow the students to explore the knowledge learned further and see the concept of different types of morphemes within a sentence. This individual exploration of the content taught will allow for assessing of each individual's understanding of the content and which areas they may be struggling with or find too easy and need more difficult tasks catered to. It will also allow for personal reflection upon my teaching of the topic and allow for self-improvement, which is crucial when teaching to any area.